Hello everyone, welcome back to some more Vampyr with a Y. We are going to go report to Lord Redgrave. However, we're also going to go chat to Lady Ashcroft. Because we can. And she supposedly has more information for me, so we will take advantage of that. There's going to be a guy around this corner, and I know there is because there usually is. Are you ready? There he is. Hello. Oh, I missed you. Sorry. Alrighty. Yes, she's just around the corner if I'm right, if I remember correctly. Do I remember correctly? No, I don't. I'm in the wrong place. Oh, this is where I saved the guy. Where am I going? Oh, it said she had more information for me. It's here is where I'm going, by the way. So, it helps if you actually pay attention to your surroundings, which I most certainly did not. I'm going to go talk to her anyway. Because it does seem odd that it was like, she has new things to tell you, and then that went away. So we'll find out if I'm wrong, crazy, bonkers, bananas. Madam Blake, my other half, is American and finds it hilarious when I say cuckoo bananas. Because apparently it sounds very silly when I say it. And I personally think it sounds very silly when anyone says it. So, there we go. Right.
I cannot enter.
Oh. How peculiar. Okay. Well then I'm just going to go talk to Lord Redgrave. I know Swansea's got new things he can say to me as well, but, like, I'm not gonna do that. Because that's just an awkward, like... I have to travel halfway across London to go talk to him. And while it's not as far off as it is in real life, it's far off enough. Alrighty. Hello. Oh, she's here. Hello, darling.
Elizabeth, what are you doing here?
I've been formally asked to witness your triumph, my dear. After all, isn't it the natural role of a woman to support her man in victory?
Am I your man?
You who insisted I join the Ascalon.
Please forgive my giddiness. I'm just overcome by the thrill of finally being allowed within these hallowed...
I mean, don't get too excited. They're all kind of
mind. It's quite something.
rich
Elizabeth
douches.
Ashbury, only you can make me smile in these difficult times.
And the same to you, Jonathan Reed. Now go have your little chat with the chairman. I can see he's practically bursting to hear your report.
Okay. Well, we found out why we couldn't talk to her, because she was here waiting for me. Because I'm her man. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Lord Ashcroft? Lord... Hello? Or is he downstairs? Did I come all the way upstairs for nothing? Oh, no, he's right there. Hello?
Welcome back to the Ascalon Club, Lance-Bearer. Please, tell us the good news.
You could have just said hey.
Have you put an end to the epidemic?
My hypothesis was correct. Doris Fletcher was the source of the contagion in this part of town. She was probably the first to be infected.
And you cleansed her before the hunters, I've been told. Well done, Dr. Reed. You thrust your lance and pierced the
God, he
very
loves his
heart
lance,
of the
doesn't he?
corruption.
I'm just a doctor.
I'm just a doctor.
The important thing is, we won a major battle for the survival of London.
Yes.
For that, we salute you.
Thank you.
I don't see any salutes
Now,
happening, but that's just me.
I have another task for you.
Of course you do.
One of the utmost importance. Perhaps even more so than the previous.
I'm listening.
It's time for you to perform a most sacred duty for the club.
Okay.
I want you to recruit a new vampire.
Recruit a new vampire?
As in... Okay, so here's the question.
On some sort of
Are you asking me to go find a vampire and ask him to join?
I want you to make Aloysius Dawson the echo.
He doesn't want to be one.
I'm not sure I'm the best candidate for such a task.
I didn't think he wanted to be
Hear the
one.
hesitation in your voice, Dr. Reed. I admire a man of principles. But in this matter, there is more at stake than your moral comfort.
It's not a moral question, Lord Redgrave. It's the responsibility of giving immortality to a man I barely know.
Correct.
Nonsense. Aloysius has been a member of the Ascalon for years. This is but the fruition of a long-held plan.
How would you like me to proceed?
Aloysius is waiting for you at the Dawson estate.
I thought he didn't want to become one.
I'll join you there.
Didn't he literally tell us he didn't want to be one? I have questions.
Before I go, I have a few questions.
All right, I'm listening.
Why Aloysius Dawson?
Because he's
I also
about to die.
feel like I want to keep calling him Aloysius,
Maybe
but...
the most influential man in England. After me, of course.
Did he choose me?
No, I did. My decision is very recent, to say the least, but it is entirely mine.
Does he know I'm coming?
He can't wait to become your progeny, Dr. Reed.
That doesn't sound like him.
Especially now that you have shown how strong your lineage is through your sister.
You
I don't know
invited
about
Lady
this.
Ashbury. Wouldn't that be breaking one of your cardinal rules? No women allowed.
Not allowed.
Sorry,
as
I've got
members,
a...
No. But considering the circumstances, I thought you'd like to have her here to witness your triumph.
So it's a temporary admittance, then.
Something of a bargain, considering the crisis we're currently facing.
Got a twinge in my back.
How would you like me to proceed?
Don't worry. Aloysius has had many...
Sorry, I'm not talking much because I'm trying to think about the fact that this guy is very much so telling me something that it feels like we've heard the opposite from the man himself. Unless I'm
So shall I just let
misremembering.
him drink my blood?
Yes.
He really sounded like he did not want to become a vampire.
His heart will slow, then stop. But he will rise again as one of us, an immortal.
Is there any
There is danger, we know that. He
Blood
could...
alters a mortal body so deeply.
Yeah,
Some don't
we've already
survive the
witnessed
metamorphosis.
what happened to poor
They
Emily.
die for good. But Mr. Dawson has been preparing himself for a long time.
I swear.
Goodbye, Lord Redgrave.
I swear he didn't want that. And like, we're going to find out, obviously, because we're going to go find him, but I could have sworn.
Are you all right, Jonathan?
Not really.
Lord Redgrave has just ordered me to turn Aloysius Dawson. To make him my progeny.
I see. And how do you feel about
Not good, because I think... Folks, we had a little bit of an interruption in the recording there. I went to speak to Lady Ashcroft, and for some reason it didn't record properly. So, basically the long and the short of it is, Ashcroft discovered that Redgrave is not a posh vampire, but is in fact only able to make skulls, which means he would probably try and kill me if he had the chance, because I am a posh vampire, and he doesn't like that very much at all. But yeah, and also she has suggested that I do not turn Aloysius Dawson, because he's a bad man, and I'm inclined to go with her on this one. Give me your blood, I want to drink it.
Oh my god!
Yeah, you're very scary with your swooshy flames. Swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. Okay. We are at Temple Garden. I must enter Aloysius Dawson's mansion. Which I will do in just a moment.
Do you remember if we've seen someone recently? Sometimes it's difficult to remember why we're here in the first
Pericles and Agamemnon. Really having an issue with my recording. Sorry, I had to stop and then start again.
Good evening, sir.
Hello, Pericles.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Do you need my help?
Yes, please. Would you be kind enough to tell me what the time is?
That's all you need to know.
Well, is it not important to know? As important as where you are?
Yeah, sure.
Or who you are?
I suppose you're right. And who
This
are
goes
you,
weird.
sir?
I am Agamemnon.
Oh, you're Agamemnon. I'm so sorry.
Like my brother, I think we need to leave this city immediately. And my brother and I rarely agree on anything.
Why haven't you left?
May I ask why you've not gone already, if you're so exasperated by this long wait?
I believe fear is holding us back. My brother would have said it's laziness, but it's just because he's prouder than I am.
May I ask...
Also, there was an individual that we met. I don't know why I didn't load up next to him. I guess I didn't save soon enough. But there was an individual with tarot cards
You must have your own...
under this church place, which we're gonna go. I'm gonna go find him.
I guess we're supposed to wait here, waiting for someone to come.
Okay.
What can you tell me about this part of town?
It's the only place I've considered myself happy, or at least that's what I believe. Unfortunately, it's time to leave.
Why is that?
Because I'm not feeling happy here anymore. Are you?
What kind of question is that?
What kind of question is that? What am I supposed to answer, exactly?
The truth. And I believe you just did it, actually.
You're an odd chap.
What can you tell me about your brother?
He's older than me, I think. But the
Are you
important thing
okay,
is that I really
Agamemnon?
hope I'll die before him. Grief would just kill me, you know?
Is that all?
Pericles is very attached to this city, and without my insistence, he would never leave this place. We don't often agree on anything.
Don't, as cool as it sounds, don't name your children Pericles and Agamemnon. Just gonna put that out there.
Who are you waiting for, exactly?
The more I think about it, the more
Maybe
I
middle
believe
names.
It's not exactly a person we are waiting for.
But what else could it be, then?
I don't know. A feeling? An event?
Are you waiting for Godot?
How can I tell? Something that would allow us to leave this trap.
I'm afraid I'm not following you.
Very
What kind of trap?
eccentric, aren't you,
Have you ever
Agamemnon?
felt like
I suppose when you're named
life
Agamemnon, you
does
can't
not fit you?
help but be a little
You're
eccentric.
not in your place. That sort of trap.
Trap? And you think leaving London will free you?
At least it will give us the chance to be free. That's more than our present situation. Hope, Doctor. Hope is what truly drives mankind.
I'm inclined to agree with you.
Do you need my medical attention, sir?
I would appreciate some sunshine right now, but otherwise I'm fine. Thank you.
What
Do you know
tell me
Aloysius?
about Aloysius Dawson?
You should ask that question to my brother instead. Personally, I've not seen Aloysius for many years.
Okay, I'm going to talk to your
Goodbye for
brother.
now, Mr. Baker.
Hello, Pericles.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed.
Oh, you're
Can I be of
twins for sure.
Dr. Reed? Dr. Reed?
Is there anything wrong?
No, it's just... Your name sounds familiar. And your face. Have we met before?
I think...
No?
remember. So I suppose the answer is no.
That's odd. I'm certain I've already heard of you.
I mean, I am a
My name is
famous
Pericles
doctor.
Baker. Does that mean anything to you?
I'm afraid not, sir. But it's a pleasure to meet you.
Well, it does. It means you're his brother.
The pleasure is mine, I guess. I only wish I could remember when it was that we met.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Baker.
Strange
What are you
chaps,
doing
both of them.
in the middle of the night?
We are waiting. Waiting for someone.
And why are you waiting for this person?
Because we need to leave this city. As soon as possible.
Why
That
do you want
doesn't
to leave the city?
Make a lot of
Really
sense.
sure.
Okay.
Can you tell me anything about this district?
Either they're drug-addled, or they've been messed with by vampires,
Please, be my guest.
Do you like this city?
or
I know we are not living in the most peaceful of times.
they're just weird.
But I have learned to appreciate
One of those things.
complexity.
Yes, me too. This city tests us. It invites us to find ourselves, to discover our true nature scattered throughout its dark streets.
But what if we don't like what we find?
Do we ever know who we are? I wonder sometimes. Or maybe it is the journey to find out who we are that changes us.
Okay.
And what do you do, sir? For a living, that is.
I stopped working when I decided to leave. When I realized what I
That's
wanted.
not enough. But what did you do?
Wanted something this city can't provide.
But what were you doing before?
Such a strange chap.
Doesn't really matter anymore. Considering the past seems so pointless to me. I have lived in this city all my life. And now I think it's over.
Tell me more about why you want to...
What?
I just don't belong here anymore. I had to convince
He said he had to
my brother leave
convince
London
you.
because I know we need to find another life out of the city.
Pericles, tell me why your brother disagrees with your presence here.
Agamemnon is naive sometimes. Although don't consider him a fool, sir.
I mean,
He is often more lucid than me.
I'm getting that.
At least you both have the same difficulty explaining what you're doing.
At least, thank
But
goodness.
is that not a common problem for all mortals?
No, I wouldn't say that it
What can
is.
you tell me about your brother?
I
If
mean,
you're searching for a
sometimes.
cat, you should speak with him instead of wasting your time with me. He's always been the more gentle of us.
That's it? That's all you can tell me about him?
For the time being, true kindness is the most valuable quality, my good sir.
That is true.
Who are you waiting for? I'm sure he has a name.
I really can't answer that question, since I don't know that person.
And why is that?
This person is mostly my brother's acquaintance.
But
I
he
have
said it was more of a
no curiosity.
feeling.
Only that this man could help us leave this city once and for all.
But why would you need this person's help to leave London anyway?
Well, I thought we should have left this cursed place already, but my brother convinced me to stay a while longer, and here we are.
Do you need my medical attention, sir?
No, I just need something that's not this.
Do
What
you
can
know
tell me about
Aloysius?
Aloysius Dawson?
I've heard this is a man who has searched for his place in the world for a long time. I hope he found it.
Okay, you
Goodbye,
two
Mr. Baker.
continue with your days. I have nothing more to say to you. You're both very strange. I hope you find what you're looking for. I hope you get out of London if that is truly what you wish. But please understand that you're both very strange. Okay, there's nothing in that bin. There was nothing in that bin the last time I came here, was there? Right, down here is where that chap was. Because there was a chest behind him that I opened. Oh, I couldn't open because it was locked. Vampires are dangerous, deadly, vicious sometimes. Oh, I just guess it didn't save me coming here. Weird.
Jonathan Reed. At last we meet. The cards warned me you would visit tonight.
I beg your pardon, sir. Do I know you?
Of course you do. Our mutual friend, Dr. Swansea, can't speak highly enough of you.
Oh!
My
You know
name
Dr.
is
Swansea.
Usher Talltree.
That's a
You
great
are the
name.
leader of the Brotherhood, are you not?
Primate of the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole, to be precise.
Wait, what?
I'm really glad we met tonight. I love it when the cards tell me a truth.
The cards told you to expect me.
Yes, they can tell me everything.
This aren't tarot cards, those are just regular
They told
cards.
me that you have not taken another life since your poor sister died.
Well, I'm trying not to.
What can you tell me about the neighborhood?
I really don't know. I don't often go outside. And when I do, it's usually to quite distant destinations.
So
Sure.
you see nothing in the stars for me. You're a poor fortune teller.
I mean, we're not saying... We don't know that he's a fortune teller. He just looks at the cards
It will only
and
concern you.
reads them probably for himself.
For example, I know that you offered your sister the final rest she asked for.
Less of an offer, more of a stake through the heart, but sure.
Do the cards speak of my Mary?
No. It's the burning aura of guilt that precedes you everywhere you go.
I mean, that tracks.
Read my fortune, then.
You have been chosen, Jonathan. I see on you the mark of a strong being.
Yeah.
So powerful.
He has antlers. I don't know what to tell you.
Strength.
Tell me about yourself. What do you do here, besides turning cards in the middle of the night?
I'm for most a charlatan. For a few, I'm a vampire. And for you, I'm the primate of St. Paul's Stole.
Who thinks you're a
Somebody to be
vampire?
Who?
Guard of Priwen, who else?
Sure.
For a time, they sent spies to observe my activities, and they even broke into my home to gather proof.
Did they steal anything from you?
A personal notebook they quickly took to their headquarters. All they had to do is to look at me. I'm aging.
Yeah.
What better and definite proof that I'm not an immortal?
Do you want your notebook back?
If you ever find it, I'd be glad to have it back, of course.
Yeah. I'll go find it.
I do ask one thing, though. Do not read it, Jonathan. Some secrets are not meant to be revealed, even to immortals.
Okay, well, that's going to be
For
difficult
how
to do,
long,
but fine.
Primate?
It was 15 years last year.
What do you make of Dr. Swansea?
Edgar is a brilliant and dedicated man. A man of his time. Sometimes a little muddled, but always looking for new
Yeah, he seems like a chill dude.
concepts.
Can you read the cards for me?
Are you sure you want to know what they will reveal?
Yes,
No.
I am.
It will cost you 150 shillings.
Here is the money.
The Joker. A woman bent to obey and debase herself. A cruel gaze in the dark. A monster laughing at you.
Karina Billow? What's that about?
How do you measure the amount of blood on my hands?
I told you. The cards always tell
It's also good to know that, like, I haven't taken any lives outside of
Is
Mary.
it possible to tell me my future?
A vampire's fate is much more delicate to read, Doctor. But I can try.
All right. Let me hear it.
You're on a path to redemption, Jonathan. But be careful. One single trip and you'll fall.
That doesn't sound promising.
It does not.
Take this, young Ekon, as a personal reward for your strong will. Keep following the right path and you'll reach safety.
Okay, old
I'd
blood.
rather not know. How did you learn about Mary? And spare me the
I mean, I'm sure he's got,
hocus
like, a...
parlor tricks. The truth, now.
Swansea told me.
Yeah. I was going to say, I'm sure you've got, like, people who tell you things. You're literally in charge of a secret order. It's not unusual.
Mary did not deserve her fate. She had already suffered enough during her life. And yet the pain and the suffering went on after her death.
Suffering is part of the immortal condition. Some prefer to lose their minds rather than face the simple truth. Pain will never stop.
Sure.
May I ask you about the Brotherhood?
Of course. But I must warn you that there are some
Got
subjects
old
we
blood. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that.
consider
I might go research it
in
at some
spite
point.
of our fondness and acceptance of your kind.
I know there is no love lost between the Guard of Priwen and the Brotherhood. What caused this rift?
It was 1801. The Brotherhood was stronger then. A strength that made them hungry for ever greater power.
Uh-huh.
An argument divided them, and the wound never healed.
What was the nature of the disagreement?
The problem was that both sides considered themselves the legitimate heirs of the original Brotherhood. We divide up
Right.
the books, the relics, not always fair.
But then they came in...
with consideration.
Yeah, came and took more, didn't they? They attacked.
Who founded the Brotherhood?
That's precisely the kind of question I cannot answer. It is delicate and may reveal some of our secret traditions.
So you're not just a club of
Interesting.
academics and scholars?
No, I mean, they're obviously a secret society.
Very long ago, the Brotherhood did more than simply study the vampires. They took actions to eliminate the more ferocious and corrupting.
And that lot became the Guard of Priwen.
Do you require medical attention?
I'm fine, thank you, Jonathan.
Is
What do you
there
know about
anything you can
Aloysius?
Tell me about Aloysius Dawson.
Aloysius Dawson. Yes, of course. We met on
He's a
several
dick?
occasions. With time, he got deeper and deeper into the occult.
He's not the only one. It's been quite the fashion for several decades. The Golden Dawn, for instance, is just one example.
True. Aloysius was a member of the Golden Dawn until 1900.
This
His
man is
thirst
like
for
hopping
dark
from secret
knowledge
society to
grew.
secret society.
I'm talking forbidden texts, readings which blackened his heart.
Good to know. Alright. Nice to meet you.
Until we meet again.
I rarely wander, yet it amuses me to converse with your kind. The Empress.
Glad.
What are the guards trying to...
An interesting conversation, to be sure. Also interesting to meet, like, the head of the Brotherhood in this area. Because I thought Edgar was the head in London, but it would seem that he is not. Also, it seems like we've got, like, a little bit of information / maybe a side quest from talking to him. We're just nearby a thing. I'm going to quickly go in there and level up. I will be right back. I'm sorry for the number of cuts in this one. My recording software is doing something funny, and also, well, no, it's just mostly that. The recording software is being funny. But yes, I will do all the housekeeping things, and then we're going to go find Aloysius. See you in just a moment. Alright, I have leveled up. I have swapped out and upgraded my saber. And I am now... also, I have learnt that there are a number of people who have become sick in Sean's district, so I will go and help him whenever I can.
May I ask you what you're doing here at this late hour?
I'm conducting an investigation about the epidemic.
And now we need to go talk to Aloysius.
Who are you, sir?
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed from the Pembroke Hospital. May I ask who you are and why all the questions?
I'm Detective Inspector
Oh, you're
Charles
actually an
Albright,
inspector.
Scotland Yard.
Okay.
And I don't find your answers convincing. What is a Pembroke doctor doing in the West End at this time of night?
I live here.
I work for the Ascalon Club. Here is my permit to go freely about the city.
The Ascalon Club. You should have said so, sir.
I didn't know we got, like,
I must
clout.
warn you, these streets are dangerous.
I thought we were a secret society, but I guess not. Tell me about your investigation, yeah.
What are you investigating?
Can we help?
Well, my 2 missing persons cases have been solved. By you, it seems. Are you just that lucky?
What?
Or do you know something I don't?
I was lucky enough to find them both while conducting my investigation in this part of
I guess.
Why do I still have the feeling that you're hiding something?
I'm a vampire.
What about the abductor? Was it the same person?
I don't think so. You had better interview
Oh.
Miss Teasdale and Mr. Kimura.
Oh, the 2 people I helped. Cool. Love
All
that.
I did was to lead them safely home.
Okay, sweet. I guess he would have given me... I guess he would have given me those missions,
Why
those
are
side
you
quests, if
investigating?
I hadn't
Criminals rarely act
done
in
them
daylight, you know. But
beforehand.
since you are also a night worker, have you noticed anything strange which requires police attention?
I have noticed nothing odd. I'd like to report Jeffrey McCullum. No, I won't report Jeffrey McCullum. I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
I'd like to report a name, Inspector. Jeffrey McCullum. I'm afraid he's some sort of vigilante, trying to recruit an army of angry citizens.
Then I'll write the name down and transmit this intelligence to the appropriate office.
Maybe I helped.
Thank you, sir.
What can you tell me about this district?
I'm the one asking questions, especially when there's a killer on the loose.
What killer? Who?
What killer?
I'm not going to discuss that with the civilians, sir.
Haven't I told you about the investigation I'm conducting? Perhaps I could help you.
All right, without giving you too much information, I'll tell you this.
So we still get a side quest from him, probably.
I'm convinced there is a homicidal maniac on the loose, using the epidemic to disguise his kills.
Okay, good to know.
And what about the epidemic?
We both know the situation is critical, don't we, Doctor?
Yes.
Colleagues of mine die almost every day.
Okay, what do you really do here?
What are you really doing here?
I told you. I'm a detective inspector.
So I saved 2
from
missing
Scotland
people
Yard,
by accident.
investigating suspicious cases in the area.
Do you work alone?
Yes, the situation is difficult for the police.
You should have a partner at
Many of us are
least.
sick, and since the summer strike, most men apply a work to rule on their patrols.
Okay.
What about the situation in the East End? Why are there no police there to protect the civilians?
I know, it's a shame, but we just don't have enough men to cover the entire city.
Alright, tell me more about you.
Tell me
Tell me more
all
about
you
this
know
person, in
about
fact.
that homicidal maniac you're looking for.
I'm not even sure there is only one.
Oh, okay, so he's just talking about the
wounds are always
vampires.
the same, but the modus operandi varies. Sometimes violent and brutal.
Yeah, he's just experiencing,
sometimes precise and
discovering
swift.
How
vampire.
could different killers inflict the same wounds?
That's my main problem.
Is it perchance 2
My
puncture
theory
marks
is
on the neck?
correct. Maybe we're facing a group of individuals sharing the same violent tendencies. Perhaps a sadist cult.
Do you need medical attention, Inspector?
I'm fine, thank you, Dr. Reed.
Everyone's doing very well in the
Do
West
you
End.
know anything in particular about a man called Aloysius Dawson?
Who doesn't know the man? I think he intervened personally to put an end to the police strike of last August.
What else can you tell me about him?
Aloysius Dawson is exactly the kind of powerful and influential man who could commit murder and get away with it. With just one phone call.
Murder, you say?
Goodbye, Detective Inspector Albright.
Goodbye, Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm sure we'll talk again soon.
I'm sure we shall. We just became besties. Okay, so I'm going the wrong way. If I want to talk to Aloysius. Is it this way? Is this his this is surely his mansion, right?
It's locked, all right.
Is there a way in that I'm not seeing? I mean, he's expecting me, so why wouldn't he let me in? Also, that's a church. That's for sure a church. Are either of these his mansion? Also, I wouldn't call any of these a mansion. I call them a manor house. His mansion must be a building that stands alone. I say with little confidence. In here? Oh, okay, this is a shop. Which I'm blatantly stealing from, and no one's batting an eyelid. Lovely. I love that for me. Thank you for all of your things. Hello.
Good evening, Miss Price. How are you tonight?
Dr. Reed, I didn't know you had returned from the war.
Oh, we know her.
I
Lovely.
had a new doctor when you left, but he's not as kind as you.
Always glad to see a former patient in good condition. It's been a long time.
Too long indeed. And as a token of my appreciation, I'll grant you the best price if you fancy buying anything from my humble shop.
I mean, I'll come back and have a look at some point.
What can you tell me about yourself, Miss Price?
I'm still managing my shop. The only difference is, since the quarantine, we're open at night. You, on the contrary, seem to have changed a lot.
Really?
How so?
Have I changed?
Other than being a vampire. A thing that I bring up regularly because people really should notice it more. I have veins on my face that weren't there.
Don't get me wrong, Dr. Reed, you're still handsome.
Oh, thank you.
Just maybe a little bit wiser. More serious.
Well, my heart belongs to another, I'm afraid. But, you know,
Tell me more about yourself. No new fiancé?
peeking over the shoulder.
You were
Hello.
hoping to get remarried. I'm sure you must have a few suitors.
You have
Who would
exceptionally
marry
long
an
fingers.
old bat like myself with a grown daughter and a little business. As you know, I only fancy handsome men like yourself.
Again, taken. But thank you.
Have you noticed anything in particular in this part of town?
I guess that big
Other
building
than
must
you
be... But
coming
it looks
back
like
to
it's
cheer
a...
me up? Nothing at all, Dr. Reed.
It really does look like it's a,
Does
church.
your daughter still worry you, Miss Price? I remember you were often concerned about her health when she was younger.
Have you not seen Carol since you returned? She's almost a young woman now. But she'll always remain my sweet little baby.
Children
So
do
you're
that.
less afraid.
Some things never change. Carol is still too clumsy for her own
God, I
good.
hope she's okay. We already had the issue with Emily.
Puts her in real danger.
Why would her innocence put her in danger?
She does not realize how cruel life can be. Maybe I was a bad mother to protect her too much. My poor dear Carol.
That's not how protecting people
You
works,
have
really.
every reason to be cautious, Miss Price. Especially in
I mean, yes, overprotective is a real
Maybe you
thing,
could talk
but
to her,
like,
Dr. Reed.
provided the intentions are
To have
good.
a man here more often. We would both feel safer.
Miss Ma'am, you are shameless.
Do you need my medical attention, Miss Price?
Oh no, I'm fine, Dr. Reed. Perfectly fine. But thank you so much for taking care of me.
Do you know Aloysius?
She's a flirt, this one.
Everybody knows him. He's only been to my shop once, though, looking for rare books and other intriguing antiques.
Did he buy something from you?
No, he left quickly. He almost laughed at my goods.
That's because he's a bad
Mr. Dawson
person.
may be a rich man, but you can't buy good manners.
Isn't
Facts.
Aloysius Dawson known for his philanthropy?
That was before his brother Robert died in an aeroplane crash. Since then, the remaining twin has turned into a heartless tycoon.
Good to know. Alright.
Goodbye for now, Miss Price.
Do you know where he lives, actually?
I hope you can stay a little longer this time.
My goodness. Young lady. I am quite taken. And a vampire, which again, can't stress enough, is probably not your vibe. Or it might be your vibe. Who's to say? Wait. So I've asked about him. Now what? I'll just enter. I'm assuming it will.
This is no place for a gentleman.
You're correct. I shall leave. I assume it's around. Maybe it is just that building that was locked. Maybe it's not locked anymore now that I've spoken to people. No, it's still locked.
It's locked.
Enter Aloysius's mansion. I still don't know where it is. And it's not appearing on my map anymore. Which is a tad frustrating. Our friend who lives down there, Usher's down there. Am I? You're doing the same motions. Okay.
Too many murders to investigate them all. But they were not.
But where does he live? Can't imagine it's down here. It is not. That leads to the sewers, but we've been to those sewers. Am I going to have to look around again? Alright, I'll see you guys in a minute when I found this place. So it turned out I was in the right place. I just had to go past those people. And it was right here. So, you know. We live and learn. Time to go see the man himself. Probably the most chopping and changing I've had to do in a
Dawson's mansion. Here I am.
recording for a while.
But the question remains: am I ready to make a dying man my progeny?
I mean, I'm not going to make him my progeny. He's a bad person, and I have no intention of keeping that man alive. However, I don't necessarily intend to kill him either. Maybe I can talk him round. Maybe I could hypnotize him. I'm a vampire, after all. I have hypnosis powers. I assume he's in there, but first I'm going to look around and steal stuff from you. John Francis Sparrow, 21, has been hung this morning in the prison of Pentonville. Mr. Sparrow was sentenced to death after being found guilty of the murder of his sister, Alexandra Sparrow. Until the end, the man claimed he was innocent. No formal proof of his presence at the crime scene was ever brought to the court, but he's been sentenced to death and executed anyway. Scotland Yard refused to reopen the case, despite many holes in the chain of events, which ended with the death of Miss Sparrow. Charles Albright, who conducted the inquiry for Scotland Yard, refused to answer any of our questions, but 3 weeks ago he was demoted without any official explanation. What a strange word for
Reduced in rank for falsely accusing a man of murder.
Yeah.
I wonder what Inspector Albright thinks about his punishment.
I mean, probably not a fan of it, but, like, you know, most people aren't like, golly gee, I'm glad I got punished for doing my job. Poorly, but doing my job nonetheless. Oh, he was in a chair earlier, wasn't he? Probably not upstairs. That's fine. Gives us a chance to rob him blind. He's rich, he won't miss it. Not my actual attitude. Well, kind of my actual. No! Down the stairs we go. Where is the bugger? Your ominous cellos don't scare me. I'm Jonathan Reed. Ooh, a safe.
It's locked, all right.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's probably what you would do with a safe, really. Okay, well, I'm in your house. Oh, he's there. Hello.
Finally, you're here, Dr. Reed. What took you so long?
I took my time.
Past several of your barricades and outposts to access your mansion, sir.
Death, pestilence surround us, and time is against me.
I see you've gathered some of the most expensive, albeit experimental, blood transfusion equipment available. All this could be so useful in a hospital.
Yes, yes. Since Lord Redgrave sent me a doctor to perform my conversion, I thought you might find some of these devices useful.
Most thoughtful. But tonight I'm not here as a physician.
But I feel reassured that a specialist such as yourself would...
Okay, so he does want it. He talked about it like he didn't want it, I swear.
Very well. But before I proceed, I have a few questions for you.
If you must, but be quick, for I don't have much time left in this life.
First of all, I need to be sure that you know exactly what is going to happen to you.
I'm not telling this
I
man.
can assure you I'm as informed as any man can be. I have planned for this moment, Dr. Reed. Planned very carefully.
We can take a few minutes.
So I'm going to end your life. Do you not wish to discuss the procedure for even a minute?
I don't have a minute to indulge in idle chatter. I can't feel my legs. And the cold. So cold.
About becoming my
I will
progeny.
become your maker. Do you understand what that means?
Do I understand what that means?
I certainly won't consider you my liege, or some such drivel. You can be assured of that.
You'll need to feed on warm blood. Blood from mortals. How do you feel about that?
I'm rich, Dr. Reed, and powerful. I'm sure I'll be able to
not the vibe.
all the blood I need without ever having to sully my own hand.
Not the energy, not the vibe.
What do you know about the Guard of Priwen?
What I do know is that I'll crush anyone or anything that would dare to oppose me.
Let's move on then.
Please, I'm cold and tired. I feel my life waning with every moment.
But first, before you embrace immortality, what would you do with such a gift?
That's a rather impertinent question, Dr. Reed.
And
I will
not
do as
impertinent
I
at all.
please.
Pertinent.
Answer me all the same. What will your first action be as an immortal?
To save London, I will finance the most efficient quarantine ever seen. I will build a wall that will separate the sick boroughs from the healthy ones.
And who gives you that
Who
right?
gave you the right to decide the fate of thousands of people?
My money. My money and my
Money doesn't give you the right to do that.
The needed authority, Doctor. I'm a businessman. I'm used to tough decisions.
You really plan to build a quarantine wall across London?
Yes, it will be tall and strong, separated.
Yeah, we're not doing that. That's not how...
By doing so, you will also create two separate
That's not how we
prisons.
solve this
Come,
problem.
sir. An eminent doctor like yourself knows that such radical measures have
No.
proven efficient in the past.
No, they haven't. Eventually the wall comes down. One
Let
way or
me
another.
guess. You mean to isolate the rich from the poor?
This is a desperate measure for desperate times. England must prevail, Doctor.
Oh, it will.
No matter the cost.
And the cost matters.
Quarantine is not a bad idea, medically speaking. But I'm convinced this epidemic will not be contained by mere walls.
Especially if it's being spread by vampires. We know that they can teleport. Come on now.
All that matters.
As long as the right people.
But you can't guarantee infection
Oh, I hate
will
him.
not spread.
I hate him. I
Just
can't
one
kill him.
Contagious carrier
But I
will be
can't...
enough to create an
I
apocalypse.
can't turn
The
him.
apocalypse
I hope there's a
is
third option.
already knocking at the gate. We must be strong now.
What if a new outbreak happens inside your walls? You'll have created a giant...
It's like the cruise ships during
As long as we dispose of
during the Great Panini of 2020.
As soon as they are spotted.
Because I was on a cruise ship when it happened and we didn't get a single case, not one. When it first, like, everything shut down. Like, yeah, not a single case, and we were trapped at sea for 66 days. But then when I went back on the ship, all it took was one person getting it, and everybody got it.
I've heard enough. It's time to proceed.
Okay.
At last. All right, do what you have to do. If it hurts, so be it. I've been preparing such a long time for this.
Please give me an option. Yeah.
Listen to me, Aloysius Dawson. You will forget your fear of dying, for it has poisoned your mind and made you bitter and ruthless since the death of your twin brother.
You don't understand. Death is oblivion, the eternal void. I know there's nothing there. I saw it in Robert's empty eyes. I saw myself in that coffin.
Death is painful for those who remain, not for those who have passed.
Yes.
All that occult gibberish
Come on,
you
please
threw your
work,
head
please
has
work.
made you forget this simple truth.
No! Death will not claim me. I have the power and the money. I've acquired the arcane knowledge needed. I believe there is magic, there are dark forces. You will provide me my extension.
Your ignorance makes you a fool. You have no idea. Look at me. Hunted like a beast, my family lost, cursed. I have not escaped death, I have become it.
No, there must be a way. I don't want to go like my brother did. I have money, lots of money.
And money
Money
won't fix that.
I know you used to be a good and generous man. So I offer you the gift of peace, Aloysius. The tranquility of a true death.
I accept your offer. And I understand. No more fear, I will die a man of dignity. And a man at peace.
Hell yeah. That feels good. That feels like we did the right thing. Maybe. He's not dead yet, but like, you know. He's on the way out. We didn't kill him, but we got him to accept death. And that is potentially right. And it sounds like we maybe we turned him back to the side of good. Oh.
Is it done, Dr. Reed? Is Aloysius Dawson reborn?
He might not
as
be thrilled about
expected?
this.
I'm afraid Mr. Dawson finally chose to embrace life and death as a mortal.
What do you mean?
He has overcome his fear of dying. I let him rest and wait for death to come.
What? This is unacceptable.
No.
Go back there and make him the powerful Ekon he's destined to be.
No, Lord Redgrave. As a doctor and as an immortal, I can't. If you wish to make him your progeny, then proceed on your own.
This is an outrage beyond words. This is betrayal, pure and
No,
simple.
it's not.
I should kill you on the spot. You swore on William Marshall's blood.
Well, get rid of me then.
From now on, you're an outcast. Banished. You are forbidden to ever appear in front of us again. Ascalon will smite you on sight, and your heart will be thrown to the rats.
I'll leave you then. Have fun with your puppets and shadow plays, Lord Redgrave.
Yes, go, traitor, and take that awful creature, that counterfeit of a woman I saw waiting for you, and be gone!
Counterfeit of a woman. Okay. Don't love that. Okay, well. We made him a little bit mad. That's okay. That's fine. Oh, hello.
We meet again at the strangest of times, young Ekon. So do you serve the Earl of Bristol now?
No.
Bridget.
Literally, he just banished me.
Your friend, the wise Ekon. She sent me to warn you.
Did anyone see you? It's a long way from the dock sewers, and hunters are patrolling the streets here.
Who said I took the streets? How do you
It's true,
think
if you're
I
good
survived
at
for
travelling
centuries
through
in
the
this
sewers, you
city
probably...
without ever being seen? I know all her secrets.
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
She came to us in the sewers in search of answers. Just as you did.
What
What's she
kind of
looking for?
answers did you give her?
I knew nothing of your maker, but we talked. We talked a lot. Her words and ideas are captivating. It is no surprise that you like her.
I do.
I like her too.
That's good. We could all be friends.
Ashbury in the sewers. Now that's a sight I wish I'd seen.
She said she was your friend, and that she
Well,
thought the identity...
Like a little bit more than that, but sure.
So I answered her questions.
Lady Ashbury? You know her? Tell me what's going on.
The lady approached me but a few nights ago, wanting to meet the sewer skulls. Once she questioned Harriet Jones. She agreed to help us.
Harriet Jones is still with you then? How is she doing?
Harriet remains angry, but is recovering slowly.
That's good. Okay.
Her mind is
Do we think that
twisted,
Doris is her daughter?
but
No,
at
it
least
doesn't matter.
her body
She's
is
gone.
healing.
Tell me what is going on.
The lady asked us to keep an eye on your mortal doctor friend while you were away. We spotted the hunters. They were discussing plans to attack tonight.
Okay, let's
Wait,
ask some questions,
slow
but
down.
then...
I need to ask you something.
I'm listening, but I do not have time to waste, so be quick.
Did you
How
find
did
you?
Elizabeth find you?
She presented herself humbly at our gate and asked if we knew of any ancestral vampires hiding in London. She asked about Ascalon. She asked about many things.
What do you think?
Do you think she's
Her
cute?
soul is good, yet tainted with a deep sadness and the scars of ancient wounds.
Sure.
Time does that to us immortals, for we have so much to dwell upon.
Sure.
Why did she come to you?
She
I
already
am
answered that.
Bridget, the buried memory.
I don't know why I asked that question. We literally already asked
The
it.
silent truths. Truths I have kept hidden for so long.
Okay. Where is she?
Where is Lady Ashbury right now?
She said she will go home. She needed to speak with some old friends first, though. Do not worry, young Ekon. She is no fool, and just as strong as you.
Why do I feel like Lord Redgrave was particularly irritated to see you? Far more so than the average Skull.
Yeah, you guys know each
Because
other.
I used to know him quite well. And he is afraid I may remember who he really is.
You're Elizabeth's informant.
Mm-hmm.
You're the one who told
It's
her
all
about
coming together.
Redgrave's lies regarding his lineage.
Yes, but my words were not meant to hurt or threaten. I simply told the story of the sewer skulls, and of so many other forgotten children.
Okay.
No time to lose then. I must go there right away.
I shall return to my den. Have you a message for the lady? Should I see her before you?
Yes. Tell her I love her.
Is this still unknown to her? Go now and take care, young
You haven't told her already, you
for the
silly
flames
bitch.
are rising.
That was what she just said to us. Alright. We will go to Pembroke. And we will try to protect it. But that will be another time. In the meantime, we're going to stop there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this part. Lots happening. Very juicy. We were part of the Ascalon Club for all of 5 minutes. And that's okay. They're a bunch of dicks. If you have enjoyed this video, please do all the YouTube things down below. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, all that jazz. And if you made it this far in the video and you don't know what to comment, leave the words, never liked them anyway. Just to let me know that you made it this far in the video, because it really means a lot to me. And also it really helps out the channel with all the algorithm stuff. In the meantime, stay safe, stay kind, and be good to each other. I will see you in the next one. Take care.